Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be looking at inZOI's kids and the children gameplay. And I wanted to do a quick little talking moment was because the footage that I found and that I will be reacting to is a bit not the best quality. I did my best to upscale it just so it would be good enough, but it's going to be great insight on the details and all the things so far that we know as far as with kids and the kids gameplay in inZOI, and I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you guys now. The first thing we're going to look at here is that the children can argue and tease each other, which is a really good feature. So what's really cool about that, and I think really interesting, is that they are really going to be giving us a really detailed experience on as far as what it is to really have kids, what it would mean to have them interacting on a daily basis. So I think that's another level of where this game is once again going, that just quite frankly no other place has really gone before in gaming. I think there's this intense crave for a game of this level, even though we weren't necessarily asking for it. It seemed like it's coming at the right time, and when you have these type of interactions that you can do with the kids, it just really blows your mind, and just how everything is going to be so interactive. I think that's the one word I keep taking from this, is just the how interactive this is going to be, the game inZOI, and I really can't wait to tap into that. Let's see here the next one. Another really interesting point will be this: they will be able to co-sleep with their parent or a guardian. I think that again, this game is gonna go beyond, I think, even, in gaming. The thing we really want a lot of times is we want a game that is, what's the good word for it, I guess, replayable, I think is the best word. Because with the price point now, these games, where literally every game is going to be $60 plus, and if you buy certain tier of that game, a certain edition of that game, you're going to spend even more. So you want something that you can spend a lot of time in, and the way you do that is you make things be so interactive that you want to keep doing it again and again. And having a feature where you can raise children and also create the character, and then they can sleep with you as they would any other young family in May, where the child gets comfortable and stays with the parents in the bed to a certain age. We've all heard that story. That's totally fine. And what's cool is you are having these direct correlations right into the game. Man, just the fact that the dev team would even think of this is why it makes sense what the main head dev was saying about when he talked about the game needs time and how it's like a child and how you have to raise it. And I just think, man, this again is just, they're adding another level of interactiveness where you can, co-sleep with the parent or the guardian, and it just adds another layer of realness. I think that's what this game will be. It will be so real. You can't help but play. Really, it's amazing. Now, also, when the child has nightmares, they can be soothed by the adult or the parent in the household. So I'm curious, maybe as you're playing the game and once you put the kids to bed and you're probably still up with your spouse or yourself doing something in the game that you want to do, I think you'll probably get like a little pop up on the screen or something like that, because it seems like you will have to come to the room and of course soothe them when they have nightmares, as you would if you were an actual parent. So again, we are on another level here when it comes to the realness that this game will provide for us, inZOI, and it is just a really great opportunity. I like how they're showing different things that can happen. This here was really interesting as well, because again, I think it's going to be cool because you're probably going to be in the midst of doing something and it's going to go off, and there's some different modes I've been hearing about that I will break down later in the video. But yeah, this here is really another interesting layer. I'm learning this just as all of you are when you are listening. So, I'm also trying to comprehend it while also really just, totally amazed by this and how detailed it is. And again, I just keep thinking about how it's going to be those spontaneous moments there where you're basically just going to be like, wow, I'm doing something in the day. I have to go attend to my child, just as you would in any real life scenario. And this game goes beyond replayability. It is just such, because you're going to be able to play it. It's going to feel like such a real life thing. Okay, today in the game, I'm going to do this and go like that. And there's other different things you also can do. So yeah, just this game keeps amazing us with its features, and this one here is no different. Also, they can have lucky dreams as well, and I really like the contrast that inZOI is going to be giving us, as far as they can have nightmares, also can have dreams, lucky dreams. And I really like this part of the game. Again, also just to mention, look at how good the rooms will look, and everything is going to look as far as just the overall view of it. And again, this quality of the footage I found is not super strong as far as that, but you could still see the potential once we get it onto our own PCs to play. I am curious if this game will ever get to console. I think that is something that will be interesting. I'll probably do a video on, I'm curious if this will be available on GeForce Now as soon as it drops. I think most streaming services should, because a lot of casual gamers may not have that. Like, for some that maybe listen to me might have that, like I do, will have a computer that can run the game, no problem. But I think the spec argument is also not as accurate. But again, I think it's really cool here. We're getting this lucky dreams in the contrast of nightmares. I think the dreams thing is awesome and really well thought out by the team. What's really cool also is that they can sleepwalk. So you have to be very aware of your children at 24/7, just like if it was real life. So this adds another level of, I keep saying it, that realism to the game that's going to make you want to keep coming back every day to live a life. It's going to be like you have your one life before you play the game, and then you're going to have another life that you play during the game. And I think this is really interesting here. You're going to have to monitor your kids 24/7. They might sleepwalk, and look, they might even do vandalism, where they might draw on the wall and you might have to clean it, things like that. So it's going to teach you all different kind of patience and everything like that. I think this is one of the most interesting parts of the game, outside of, the driving and the amusement parks and all the other cool stuff. This level of detail, I mean, I'm so looking forward to just getting into the game and having to be aware as what it feels like. Basically, you got to be aware almost 24/7, because it's seeming like if you're going to have kids in the game, which I think when you play this game, you want to have the full experience. And the only way to have that is to do everything that the game has to offer. And with the way they're doing so many features with children, it's only right to have children in the game with you. So I think just to have the full experience, it's going to be a 24/7, always going to alert. Gotta make sure they're fed, make sure they're going to school, make sure they're not sleepwalking. This is just, man, the features here. I mean, I see why they want to take their time, because when this gets released, you just want to make sure things are so smooth, because so many things are moving parts here. It's not like some other games. This here is going to be amazing. And you also can party with adults in the household, basically your parents. Or I guess any relatives or anything like that. So you can do like a full-on barbecue, I'm assuming, type thing, because I know they're going to have things like that, or like a full-on birthday party and bring over relatives, or just be the parents and the kids having a party, which is also the norm as well. So yeah, that's really cool, because again, these type of games, you want to make sure you're bringing a level of realism to the game no matter what. And these little things are what do that, because you understand at this point, when this game gets released, every game has done some sort of what this game is offering, just not in this type of cohesiveness at once. So you definitely want to make sure everything is pinpointed, and you also give people something refreshing the play. And the way to do that is to make sure you focus on the little things. And it seems like with this game, inZOI, they definitely are doing that. Kids will be able to socialize and create friend groups with their own age groups. And I think that's a really great feature, because you can really build, as for me, really good content on that. And also, it is really very real life. Kids will have to learn interaction skills just as they would in the lives that we live now. And it's going to be curious how you go about it. Which friends do you want to hang with? What type of things do you want to do, and what type of interests do you want them to have? I think that's why the character creation part, where you get to choose a lot of their character traits and personality traits, are going to be so important as far as what your gameplay will be with the children. But I think it's really cool that you can do this, and you can maybe even have friend groups and do different things. I'm sure that's going to be something that they're going to include, that since they're going to have the ability for you to create friend groups within your own age group, not like just teenagers and adults, but like within the kids who also can go to the playground with each other and things of that nature. I'm definitely thinking they're going to have it where you kind of can pick what your interests are, and you maybe get your own friends based off that, as you would in the lives that we live now. This is another awesome feature in the game. They will also be able to go on their own to get food when they're hungry, when free will mode is turned on. That's something I will speak about very shortly within this video, but it's so cool. Look, they're literally on their own, going to eat, minding their own business within the house. When they feel hungry and when they feel like they need to eat like any other normal kid would, you would be either doing laundry or be yourself doing some PC work, whatever you be doing, a book, and your kids will go downstairs, get something to eat, anything, just as if you was doing this in real life. That's why this game is beyond replayability, because it's going to be like you're living a life that you want to keep coming back to. And I think that's why the dev team is taking a little bit extra care here on this, just a little more fine-tuned cooking. Because when this game comes out, you're going to put easily, like, this game is not even a game where you say, oh, I put in over 100 hours for it. No, this game is something that you're putting way over that. And like this kind of game, you don't even count the hours, because you know it's going to be so much way over 100 because of just everything you can do. And this here game was so awesome. And I think it's really cool how they go to the kitchen themselves. Awesome feature here. They also will be able to do chores within the household, as far as washing the dishes. You see there, you have like that little mop type of thing that you can use. And I think it's just really, really cool, because you're just seeing that everything is just going to be seamless. And I remember they were saying when I was reading something about inZOI, is just how there's going to be so many things going on as you're playing, just as if it was literally real life, as you know, as things are constantly happening around you. Like if you go out to eat, there's people eating around you, or like if you're in the house with multiple people in your home, they're all doing different things while you're doing what you have to do. Not everything is dictated by what you're exactly doing. There's things going on in the world that you have created that is happening on its own. Very just like very real life. And that's why this game is going to be so addictive, that basically your kids are basically going on and living their life as you're living your life within the game. And you have to monitor them 24/7, just as if you was doing it where you are now. Extremely fascinating details with this game. This mode here is going to be the most interesting one of it all. Free will mode. Free will mode. When this is turned on, your inZOI can do what they want to do. Exhilarated. They're literally going to do what they want to do when free will is turned on. I think that's the best way to play the game. You will have to monitor them, as you will see in some clips going forward here. You will have to monitor it, no joke. But again, that's just like if you were having real kids in real life. You have to monitor them. They are free will to a certain extent. So when this mode is turned on, when free will mode is turned on, this here is going to be such an awesome gameplay, such an awesome experience. I'm so glad the dev team thought of this feature. Really mind-blowing. And when it's turned on, they do have a mind of their own, as you will see going forward here when I do show it. They have a mind of their own. So free will mode will probably be one of the most interesting modes in the game, if not the most interesting and intriguing one to play with and have it on. Now, in terms of your inZOI child going to school, once they start to leave for school, they will have on their backpack and they will be on their way to go to school when you have the free will mode turned on. One of the things I wanted to show was this, though, because I think it's very, very important. You see here, even though they have on free will mode, you still have to monitor their hygiene, them making sure they're going to the bathroom and things of that nature. So even when you have on free will mode, you still have to act as a parent and make sure these things are being taken care of. Or I think you can obviously control the child inZOI, character if you want as well. But I think if you have it on free will mode and you are playing currently as the adult or the older teenager or the other child, you'll still, I think, have to keep an eye on everything that they have been eating. They have their hygiene in order. They are fully rested. They've been to the bathroom. Their fun meter is good. They are being social. They feel like they're being recognized, and they have energy. All key things for any child growing up. But I do think those two key things are usually what happens, right? When the kids are getting ready for school or something like that, usually all these things are filled except for they gotta go shower and go use the bathroom, to brush teeth, use the bathroom, etc. So this here is very, once again, true to real life, and we'll have to just keep an eye on that, because I think that's such a big part of the game. It's going to be such something that we can enjoy as you play the game. The children going to school in a very natural way. It comes off very interesting and cool for sure. Another feature that's really cool is that the children always walk themselves to school. And I think because, as it's being shown here, that this game was obviously made by a Korean dev team, and they have brought that culture into the game, which I think is fine. I think a dev team has a right to put the culture on to that, and it's really cool to see that they do walk to school themselves. Maybe you want to walk with them, because I know each culture can be different. So I definitely think that's be another cool feature that you can decide to do. You can go with the child as they go to school, or you can have the free will mode turned on and the kid will go himself. They will feed themselves. They will get on their backpack. As I said, the dev team is from Korea, so they're clearly maybe were pretty independent at early ages, so they're going to bring some of that mindset into the game here, and I think that's really cool. It's going to add another layer to the game. It's going to add just so much to the game. All these features I've shown today, and there's so much more to come and more videos, but these here were the ones with the kids that I thought were just really special, and that were really overall just very entertaining as far as, and exciting as far as what's going to come from the game when it's time. And I think we all should be looking forward to that, and we should all be sharing that great excitement for such a great game, and all of these different things that you'll be able to do in the game to really form a real life feel to what you're playing. And I think that's something that you can't put the price on. You can't put a feel on that. It's almost a priceless feeling. But the game has to be, of course, fairly priced if you want to have people buy it, of course. But I think y'all know what I mean. inZOI is going to be a really special game, and I think the ones who play it and really dive deep into it is going to enjoy it. And we went through so many key features today for the children that I think once people get their hands on it and they're able to really enjoy it, they're going to be so glad that they did. And I'm just really glad that we were able to put all this together so everyone has a better idea of what to expect from the kid aspect of the game inZOI. And I was able to stop at certain points to really break it down so we can really see what it's going to be. I think sometimes in a fast-made video, you can kind of digest stuff. Of course, like, we're all smart to understand the video and read and comprehend and follow along, but for games of this magnitude, you got to stop and really break down each one I'm talking about so you really can kind of get a really good idea of it. So in the game, you do it well so you can have the best version of the game that you want to play. and not have to be stuck watching a bunch of tutorial videos. I mean, it's okay to watch some, but I do think a lot of with gaming is trial and error. I think you should always watch the videos like mine to get knowledge, of course, and then go into the game when it's time. But yeah, overall, this has been a great video. We broke down everything so far with the kids gameplay. I hope it was enjoyed, and please, if you enjoyed it, like the video. It's very much appreciated. Take care, and I look forward to the next video. See you in the next one.